Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesday. So today, I'd like to introduce you to a concept that I came up with it was really to go along with exercise, but you can really take this into consideration when you are eating your food or even thinking a thought, or just going about your daily business, whether it be washing dishes, whether it be tending to the children, just to really take it into your daily lives. So what I'd like to bring to your attention is C.O.R.E. So this is an abbreviation. So C being for consider, O being for observe or observation, R being for respond or responding, and then E being for equanimity. So before I begin to explain all of that, E, so for equanimity, if you're not sure what that actually means, it just means a calmness of mind through a difficult situation. So to have equanimity while you're in conflict, let's say with your partner, or with a good friend, or with a coworker or your boss, to have that calmness of mind during a difficult situation. So let's say your boss is yelling at you for something you didn't do, or missing a deadline, or whatever the case is, but you are able to stay at a certain level, like not bring yourself to their level of maybe getting angry or reacting in a certain way, like let's say you're yelling back, or even cowering because you're afraid, right? So having an equanimity, a calmness of mind. So even as your boss is giving you crap for whatever, you can be like, okay, that's cool, and respond accordingly. So to go back to C.O.R.E, so this kind of brings it in full circle, right? So to consider. So when it comes to exercise, to consider the movement that you're doing, to consider some things, right? So before you get into an exercise, or even as you are in that movement, you can consider, do I have any injuries? How am I actually feeling today? Am I feeling a little run down or burnt out? Am I feeling really good and really strong today? So these are all things that you consider. If it came to food, how are you feeling before you're going down to eat? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling bloated? Are you already full from your previous meal? Are you burping up your last meal? So these are all things that you can consider. And then O is for observation. So after you have considered these things, and as you go into your movement, let's say with exercise, you are observing your body in that movement. So let's say you've considered an injury that you have, right? And now you're in the movement, and you're now observing your injury in that movement to see how it is doing, right? Is this movement hurting it anymore? Is it making it feel better? Do I feel anything? When it comes to food, observing maybe how you're eating, right? So are you eating really, really fast because you're just in a rush? Are you feeling, as you're eating, is your bloatedness becoming worse? Or are you bloated because you're just really hungry and you need to eat? Right? So these are all things to consider and observe. Then from observing, you can respond. So responding is definitely different than reacting. So reacting is quick. It's mainly emotional based, right? So, but responding is when you've taken that moment, when you've taken that pause to be like, I've considered some things and I'm observing right now. So based on those two things already, I can respond accordingly because you've taken the opportunity to observe. So observing is taking that pause. So when it comes to exercise, let's go back to that example of having an injury, right? Let's say you have observed that this movement is not feeling the best on the injury. Maybe it's aggravating it. Maybe you don't necessarily feel pain. Maybe it's more of discomfort, but you can stop what you're doing, maybe pull back or change weights, or maybe modify the movement in any way so that it works for your body. So then you're responding, you're not reacting in a panic, right? Where you're like, oh my God, right? You're responding in a calm fashion because you have taken the time to observe. Okay, and then when it comes to food, maybe now by responding, you can be like, I'm actually feeling like I am eating way too fast because I'm in a rush. So then you take your response would be to put down your fork or put down your sandwich, whatever you are consuming, and take a moment. Breathe. And then come back to it. Maybe you begin to eat more slowly or chewing your food, right? Instead of gulping it down. Okay, and then finally we come back to equanimity. So having consideration, observing, and then responding accordingly, okay? Responding to a way that works best for you, okay? In that very moment, and the moments change time by time. That's why it's really important to focus on what you're doing, whether it is just the dishes, right? You can focus on, am I lost in thought, and am I holding a knife or something, and am I going to cut myself by the way I'm holding it, right? So all of these are things to consider, observe, and respond, right? And then that all brings equanimity because you know that you've done all you can to bring about a sense of awareness so that you can again respond in a way that works for you. So this all brings equanimity, a calmness of mind through a difficult situation. So again, coming back to that, the boss example, right? You're considering why maybe they're giving you crap. You're like, okay, well, I did miss the deadline. Fair enough. Then you begin to observe their reaction, right? Their reaction to you missing the deadline. You observe their body movements, their if they are yelling at you, or if they are themselves responding in a calm manner, right? And so if they're responding in a calm manner, of course, it makes it easier for you to respond that way. But if they're not, are you able to take that pause, and are you able to respond in a calm manner by not cowering and being like, yes, I will do as you say, yes, and being scared or just trying to please that person? But can you respond in a way that's, okay, I understand why they are angry, and fair enough. Yes, I see and I understand why you are upset about me missing the deadline. I do apologize, and I will get on that right away. Having no excuses and just going for, and just taking responsibility basically is that condition of being able to respond accordingly. So taking responsibility, and that will give you equanimity, a calmness of mind. So I hope that resonated with you in some way. I know that for exercise especially, that has been a big part of my life, is slowing down, considering, observing what's happening in my body, responding accordingly, backing out, just maybe not doing the exercise at all, and then doing something else. And then that will help me be like, give me that ease of mind, right? So I hope that is settling with you, and you can take that into whatever you choose to do, hopefully in your whole life, because you guys, it's really important to focus on what you're doing when you are doing it, and not to just completely be out of mind, right? Get into your body, know what you are doing, see other people and how they are reacting or responding as well. So this will help to bring wellness into your body, into your mind, which will raise your vibration, give you more of a heightened spirit, I guess you can say, and a zest for life. All right, I will see you on the next Wellness Wednesday. Peace and love. Bye.